Presentation on my career of choice, which is the preschool teacher. Good afternoon. So I am doing my presentation on my career of choice, which is a preschool teacher. My name is Becky Shipley. I have 6 kids, 3 grandkids, and an amazing husband. When I grow up, I want to be a preschool teacher. What do preschool teachers do? Well, as many of you know, we work with children ages 3 to 5 years old. We teach early learning skills such as ABCs, number recognition, and color recognition. More importantly, we create a playful environment for them to learn in. And why this is important is because children, especially this young of age, do not learn from doing seat work and worksheets. It's important that they immerse themselves in play-based learning. And we also develop their social emotional growth. Work environment. A typical day or a typical environment is I work with a group of children day to day, anywhere from about 12 to 20 kids. We work in public schools, private schools, and even child care centers. We also work with large groups of other educators. So within the school, you will have teachers and staff and administration, principals, and stuff like that, or people like that. As far as education and training go, you have to have at least an associate's degree. Most school districts will require a bachelor's degree, and within that bachelor's degree, you also have to obtain an early childhood certification. And within that certification, every year you're required to further your professional development, and that's meeting requirements every year of 150 credits. You can attend webinars, conventions. A lot of this is also given by your school administration in order for you to meet these requirements. The average pay. Spoiler alert, it's very low. You're looking at about $30,210. Thankfully, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the purpose. I want to do good things with children and teach them and help them grow. Job outlook. Growth is said to rise by 18% from 2020 to 2030. And when I was looking this up, it says that's currently the fastest growing occupation. So teachers are definitely in need. This is my dream job. Working with kids has been a dream of mine. Everyone I've ever known has always said I would make a great teacher, including the principal that I work for right now is the reason I'm back in school. She encouraged me to accomplish my dream. I come alive when planning and working with children. That's my happy place. My strengths. I'm playful by nature, which works with being a preschool teacher because then I also can invite them and teach them how to learn through play. I'm creative, not just arts and crafts or things like that, but also I have an ability to see how to approach children in a different way, where to come alongside them rather than come at them, and to develop an environment that's conducive for their learning. I'm also extremely organized. If I wasn't going to be a preschool teacher, everybody always jokes that I should be a home organizer. And I'm loving. I see the good in people, and I love deeply. Some positive impacts to society. We are raising critical thinkers. That we are shaping their future, and we're modeling kindness and neighborly love. These are huge, and this is where we lay the foundation. Just because they're little guys doesn't mean that these things aren't going to make huge differences in their lives and set them up for success. So how to enlist the 7 habits within my career. So being proactive. One of those is getting my lesson plans done and making sure that I stay active, and then also working on really developing and nurturing a relationship with the children, and making sure that I provide a really good environment for them to learn in. Beginning with the end in mind. This is remembering why I chose to do what I do. Every day that I come to work, not every day is going to be good. So it's important that I remember that my ultimate goal is to make a positive impact on these children's lives and to teach them the foundational skills. First things first. This this is where planning and time management really come into play. It'll be important that I make a good schedule and structure and routine, and then I follow that, and I work in my planning period and don't kind of mess with that time doing other things that are unnecessary. Uh, Thinking win-win. Okay, so if one of us isn't winning, then nobody's winning. And the win-win comes into the relationship between the teacher and the child, and it also comes into play with me or the teacher and other staff members. So it's imperative that we are, again, like I was saying earlier, coming alongside children opposed to coming at them. I always need to be looking for ways to see how both sides can win. A lot of times children feel threatened and misunderstood, which leads me to my next point: understand rather than be understood. So it's important that I hear what they have to say and listen empathetically. And this again also goes on with staff members as well. If you want to work in a good environment, and we are working with typically a lot of other women, it's important that my end goal is not the only goal in mind, that I'm looking to work with others and see their perspective and build around that. And then of course also the children. Some of these children will be coming from trauma. Some will have happy homes, or some just may have behavior management problems. And so it's not a one size fits all. I will have to appreciate each child for exactly who they are and work to understand them so that we can function and be successful in the classroom. And this also leads me to synergy. So in order to really have a good classroom, it's important that we value the differences of each person. And again, this goes along with the children, and it goes along with the staff members within the school. We each bring something uniquely different to the table. We're not all the same, thank goodness. And so with that comes a whole different view if we're open-minded and looking to work together to problem solve. And this could be with the student, we could be problem solving together, or it could be me problem solving with a staff member, or brainstorming or working through an issue so that we can do better. Also, sharpen the saw. So sharpen the saw is an obvious one, is to make sure that I remember to take care of myself first and foremost. And I think the ultimate way I can do that is keeping my spiritual life at the forefront, which means praying in the morning and praying in the evenings, and then making sure that each day that I'm taking time out for myself, and that I'm also not overloading my plate at work, which can kind of easily happen to teachers, and to keep work at work and home at home as much as possible, and to enjoy my family when I have time with them. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for listening in.